Sure you. Woo! Cotton is goddamn funny.
Cotton's badass!
Put your fucking hands together. Oh, it's cool. Get up here whenever you want, baby. Let's do this. Put your fucking hands together. This is the part where you clap. All right, let's do this. You see, these people love you already.
Already, I'm happy. Well, how the hell am I going to follow that? Fuck it, I'll give it a try. Well, let me just start off by saying that, yes, my actual name is Cotton. That's C-O-T-T-O-N. And yes, I am the fabric of your life. But everyone always asks, well, how'd you get your name? Like, where'd it come from? And for such an unusual name, it's a really simple story. My mom opened up a baby book, saw the name Cotton, and chose it, so it's pretty simple. However, it is not without its few interesting stories. For example, this one time I was with this cop, and it doesn't really matter why I'm with the cop, but I'm with the cop, and I'm pulled over, and I'm talking with her, and she has my license, and she's like, is your name really Cotton? And I'm like, why, yes, ma'am, it is. And she's like, she pauses for a second, really thinks about this. This is a sincere thought inhabiting her mind. She then says, did your mother not love you as a child? To which I say nothing, because what the fuck am I supposed to say? But, all right. So I just sort of say, well, last I checked, no, thanks for asking, but okay. Speaking of names, though, let's see. I'm actually gonna just switch subjects completely. When I was born, I was born June 22nd. That doesn't really fucking matter, but I was walking around in the attic and I found this baby book, or it was a book made of babies, or a book with babies in it. Not really sure, but it was this baby diary of some kind. And basically, what it was is my mother had written diary entries like after I was born and saying things to me and talking about me for a while, and it's like, oh, isn't this sweet? This is nice. I opened it up and it starts out so sweet. It's saying like, dear Cotton, on June 22nd, 1992, you were born at 2:35 at 6 pounds 11 ounces. You were a beautiful baby, and it started out great. But then I slowly realized it turned into her way of airing her frustration, anger, and fear about me in the book. So I just started flipping through this thing, and it started out simple, like it was, you were staring in front of a static TV for like an hour. You really know how to entertain yourself. I realized that was her way of thinking that I was going to be fucking crazy when I grew up. Who knew? So, but I keep reading through, and then one of my favorites was, you're not crawling yet. You're 18 months old. The doctors say you're fine. You're just really stubborn. So again, that was her worry that I was going to be some sort of quadriplegic or something terrible like that. Sucked that way for the rest of my life. But no, eventually I started walking and crawling. I just sort of did it when I saw the cat one day and just ran after it, apparently. That's the story anyways. But another thing that I had problems with as a kid was saying words. For example, well no, let me say this. I would say words, but just partial words. For example, I would say, turr, turr. That was, in case you're wondering, helicopter. Turr, helicopter. Or mo, rainbow, mo. My favorite, though, was when I pointed at my mom, I'm not joking, pointed at my mom and said, horn! That's because she had a picture of a horse on her shirt. So, horn! She really appreciated it. Later on, though, I was maybe about 2 or 3 years old, I started literally doing this exact motion with my hands. There wasn't a mic in my hand, obviously, but I started doing this. For days straight, I was just doing this and it didn't make any sense. And my dad, turns out he's a psychiatrist, and I figured, oh, he really knows the human mind well, he's gonna figure this out. No, apparently what I'm told is he looks at me doing this the whole time, and his first thought is, God damn it! How much is this shit gonna cost to get him to stop? Turns out, as a fun little fact, what I was doing, there were these little salt and pepper shakers that were shaped like chefs. One of them was doing this. Apparently I wanted it really badly, but who knew? Then later on, my sister was born. I was like 5 years old, and the first thing I saw her, I looked at her, she had short hair, And I said, why does she have boy hair? So I was a real thinker at that point. But she got a little older, and we have an age-old argument that a lot of siblings have. And I'm sure if you have a sibling, you've had this before, who's the favorite? Now, if you specifically just want one other sibling, it's a legitimate argument. If there's three, guess what? The middle child's already out of the way, so it doesn't really matter there. But we were arguing back and forth and, really getting into it. And then one day we was, let's just ask our parents, because obviously they've made a decision. So we go to them and say, who's the favorite? And my parents are like, no, we love you both equally. And I'm here to tell you that is total horseshit. Now, let me just back up a bit. I know this because I'm the favorite. The reason why is I got to go to SCAD, which those of you who don't know, that's summer camp for 4 years. My sister, she's going into college, and she has to go to pre-med. Now, can you imagine if we went at the same time, can you imagine a line of those phone conversations up? She's like, what'd you do today? I was like, I don't know, got up at noon, watched a movie in class. I was a film major, by the way, but watched a movie in class. Oh, we're gonna get high later. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just studying a midterm to study every bone in the human hand in English and Latin. But that's all right. You sound like you're having fun. Let's see. I will end this up on a big thing about SCAD and a big thing about college. And that college is kind of a thing. It's a moment of self-discovery and realizing certain shit you can do. And one thing, well, I kind of already knew this, but one big thing about going to college for me, especially in art school, is that I came out of the fucking closet, which was a very exciting thing for me, of course. Yes, thank you. I came out as a narcissist, which was great. No, but I came out as gay and all that. And the best part about being gay is not fucking guys, which is pretty awesome. But rather the reactions you get when you tell people. That's the best part. Like, one is, I was talking to this guy and he said, hey buddy, by the way, I'm gay. He says, well, I'm not. And I'm like, great, this isn't about you, but I appreciate that. Let's see, and then there's just, of course, oh, well, congratulations. I'm like, thanks. Another one was, no, you're not. Not angry, no, you're not, but shocked. No, you're not. And they're like, no, you're right, I'm not. My bad. But one other thing, and this is how I ended off, is I was in the car with my mom, and this is how I knew that she knew way the fuck before I told anyone all this time. Now, they'll always say, oh, a mother knows. Well, no, this is the day I knew that this bitch knew. I was in the car, okay? She was driving, and I'm sitting there, and she turns around and says, you know I love you, right? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, no, like, no matter what, I'll always love you. And at that point, I'm like, shit! God damn it! Oh my God! I forgot to clear my fucking computer. Everyone!